All right, KMR, welcome back to the channel that's got the BRAP. But I guess in this case, the BRAP is out. We've been working hard at the shop. We've got 7 stock coming up, SEMA coming up. We're doing customer projects and personal projects. So the update on the FD3S currently is motor is out and we're well underway in coming up with a new setup, basically a new combination that I think will be a little bit more functional and drivable. I might be still going with the 13B twin turbo setup, or I might drop in that billet 3 rotor, but some of the points like I talked about in the previous video is functionality of the car, so adding power steering and maybe cleaning up how the alternator belt path and some of that stuff is. And probably going to a bigger battery as well. I want this car to be able to start at least on a monthly basis. Along with that, we're cleaning up the brakes. We've cleaned up some of the oil cooler lines, tidied up a little bit of the wiring. I'm going to work on the rear wheel wells. They were actually still rubbing the tires. I guess I can't get all the way in there right now, but tires and wheels are off, and we're going to end up doing a little cutting and hammering to get the wheel clearance right. Same thing in the front. With this particular kit, we had to do some body modification in that wheel well to get appropriate turning radius. And I think that's pretty common, when you do some of these really aggressive wide bodies. If you're not familiar with that, a lot of the Rocket Bunny kits, BN Sport kits, my RX7, my MX5, and the FD have all needed both front wheel well clearancing and rear wheel well clearancing for appropriate ride height, appropriate tire size, and appropriate steering radius. You want to be able to have all of that. So here's the block, the original block out of the car. It's a great build, FD3S based, half bridge. I would still drop this motor back in. I'd recommend it for anybody. It's a much more common build these days. Back when we built this motor in 2017, I didn't see as many customers going with turbo bridge ports or turbo half bridges, but the popularity has really come up as the fuel injection, the management, the turbos, the injectors, all aspects of the build have gotten better. High-flowing, high air-flowing rotary motors are just more and more practical. So this was a cool build, originally polished. I think we're going to give it a little bit of a repaint here and a cleanup. And like I said, this will actually be going off to a new customer. I think the total miles I put on that motor were probably around 11 to 15 miles. So you can see that that's how many miles this car's got since 2017. We're trying to change that. I've had this car. I love this car. Time to make it a little more practical. Also on the interior side, I need to tighten some stuff up. Originally, I installed the Haltech ECU in the center console, and I still like it. It was for display purposes, going to SEMA, and tunability purposes, ease of plugging in. But I think at this current time, I may end up moving that or concealing it a little bit better. And I was never thrilled with how the wires kind of ran down the tunnel in the end result of how we did it. So I think a little interior cleanup will also be part of this freshening. And I'm really hoping to have a lot of this done, have this car on display in only a matter of a week or two at 7 stock. So we'll be having more updates, and we'll also be talking about some new projects and some customer builds that are all in the works. I think that is a wrap. I got to do some work. It's been a busy week, but I love giving everybody updates. Really appreciate the support on the channel. Appreciate the support and opinions on all the cars. It's all part of the fun. So make sure to check out the website. I'm working on putting some fresh merch up, some new t-shirts, some fun stuff. And we've got all the classic stuff, the porting templates. And if you're in need for rotary parts, you can always reach out to me directly, as I work very closely with Mazda Tricks, and I'm always happy to help out all of the rotary enthusiasts that I can. All right, that's a wrap. I'm out.